Welcome back to A to Z on Locked On Sports Atlanta. Free on YouTube and wherever you get your podcast. Make sure you search Locked On Sports Atlanta. Thank you for being A to Z, part of your everyday sports listen here in the ATL. Of course, check out all the great shows on our platform. Hitting Hard with John Chuckery, ATL Day Ones with Jarvis Davis and Tanisha Batiste. Don't forget about Locked On Falcons with Aaron Freeman, Locked On Hawks, Brad Rowland, and of course, our Braves postcast with our own Grant McCauley. So we appreciate you guys checking out all the shows here on the Locked On Network. Final segment here about the NBA playoffs as the conference finals get underway here, starting tonight with Boston and Miami. Number 1 and number 2 in the Eastern Conference. Miami, the 1 seed, Boston, the 2 seed coming into this NBA playoff season here. And, you know, I fully expect that they're going to bring back like a 1990s style of basketball. For those of us who are young enough, old enough to remember what that style of basketball is like, to remember what the Knicks and Heat were like, to remember the Bulls and Pacers were like in the 90s, and the way that they played is pretty awesome. And I think you're going to get that kind of series again, you know, and while the Celtics needed 7 games to finish off the Heat, to finish off the Bucks, rather, the Heat only needed 6 games to take care of Philadelphia. It's weird because the Heat are favored in game 1, but they are underdogs to win the series. Celtics are a 2-1 favorite to win the series. Now, Boston won 2 of the 3 regular season meetings between the two teams. Each team won a game on the road. And I think a lot of this will come down to matchups and how people do against, aggressively switching defenses. But the Boston Celtics have had to get through 2 of the best players in the world in Kevin Durant and Giannis Antetokounmpo in back-to-back rounds. I think that favors them here in the series and in game 1. They're a little bit more battle-tested than Miami is. Where it's really interesting to me is the total for this game at 204. Really, really low number. And I was wondering, and I tweeted this out on my Twitter account at Mark Zinno, are we going to see a total posted below 200 in this series? I think we will. I think at some point we will, especially if the first game goes like I think it's going to go. The first meeting between these two teams this year was a Boston win 95-78. Yeah, that is 1990 style basketball scoring right there. Another meeting between these two teams landed right on 204 at 106-98. Though that's where the scoring is going to be this whole series. I have a hard time believing that either one of these teams is going to get to 100. One of them, at least one of them, is being kept below 100, if not both of them. And along the same lines, the Heat have had 9 of their last 11 games go under the total, and only had 2 games at home at the American Airlines Arena that actually went over the total since April 1st. We are now middle of March. So as well, the Celtics had 5 of their 7 games against the Bucks go under. So I really like the under. It's nuts. It's crazy low at 204, but I'm not going to try to find reasons this thing will go over. I think this thing goes under, and that's where I'm going to leave it. I don't have to really look into it any further than that. Now, I think that the Golden State Dallas series is a little bit more difficult to handicap. In game 1, Golden State's laying 5, and you got a total of 214.5. 5 feels like a lot. I mean, really, Golden State didn't separate themselves. And they did a lot of that closeness came with John Morant out of the lineup in that series. So that worries me a little bit when I'm laying this many points. Golden State, to me, is the better team, but Dallas's defense is really, really good, and they do a fantastic job at taking away the things that you do well. Now, what does Golden State do well? Shoot the heck out of the basketball. And if they are doing that, if they are shooting at the pace that they were against the Nuggets and the early part of the series against Memphis, then yeah, I don't know if Dallas has an answer, but I do like the over a lot here. 214 is low. It's where Dallas is used to seeing totals. It's not used to where Golden State is seeing totals. I think this is one of those spots where the really good defensive pitching, the really good defense and shooting from both of these teams sort of cancels each other out. And so I don't know where that came from. My hamster just completely fell off the wheel. I apologize. But, the really good defensive shooting from Dallas and from Golden State, because Golden State has a top 5 defense in the NBA during the regular season this year as well. I think they sort of cancel each other out, and teams are going to score. Like, I could see a 110-105 kind of final. And that gets me to 215. And that makes it go over. And again, that's the 5 points you're talking about right there. But I would be surprised if they kept Golden State below 100. It would be blowout style. Like that's the way Dallas has really been keeping teams below 100 is that they have been able to get such a sizable lead that the other team takes their foot off the gas pedal and says, "Screw it, we'll ride the rest of this out and we will figure it out next time." So Golden State plus Golden State at home is really, really tough to root against. It's a really kind of tough place for teams to get a win away from Golden State. So, or I should say in Golden State, away from their own homes. But nonetheless, it's going to be an exciting conference finals. I get amped up for the conference finals in the NBA because I think you're getting like really the best brand of basketball. The finals are great, but it's just, it's almost like the conference finals to get for the chance to go play for a championship is a lot more tension filled and a lot more intensity and a lot more anxiety through every single game than necessarily the NBA finals are. And sometimes that happens in 7-game series, but I think you'll see a lot of the intensity being picked up right here over these games in the next couple of days. So official predictions will be Golden State to advance along with Boston to advance. So you'll get East versus West again. Boston versus California, just a different part. That's all. So we'll see how it shakes out. All right, that does it for me here on this Tuesday. I appreciate you guys making A to Z your first listen every single day. Make your next listen Hitting Hard with John Chuckery, the ATL Sports Talker, bringing you all the best opinions on everything from Falcons, Braves, Dogs, Hawks, whatever it is. Chuckery's got it right here for you on Locked On Sports Atlanta. Search Locked On Sports Atlanta wherever you get your podcasts. We're also free on YouTube as well. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, give me a follow on Twitter at Mark Zinno and the entire network at Locked On ATL. Appreciate you guys doing this Tuesday with me. You guys have a great day. Don't take the crap from anybody. See ya.